This revolver is linked to one of the strangest showdowns with the law of all time.
This is the story of the ultimate shotgun wedding.
It's 1990 in Flint, Michigan. Police detective Debbie Williams and her partner Lacey Brown have just been given a special assignment to somehow stem the city's growing drug problem. Williams poses as the daughter of a fictional crook, while Brown plays her drug dealer boyfriend. Once they have enough proof, the two cops will be able to round up the bad guys. For 5 months, they schmooze with the area's most notorious felons, gathering intel on their illegal deeds.
Their identities were very convincing, and so they quickly made friends.
By September, they've amassed a wealth of incriminating evidence on more than 40 of Flint's worst offenders. But the unexpectedly high number of crooks poses a problem. If they start making arrests one by one, it will blow the cover on the entire operation.
Once word got out that person was busted, all of the different people they had lined up to bust afterwards might disappear, leave town.
Williams and Brown will have to arrest all of the criminals at once.
They had to come up with a really ingenious way to get them all in one area so that they could bust them all at the same time.
So what clever idea do the detectives dream up? It's 1990 in Flint, Michigan. Undercover officers Debbie Williams and Lacey Brown have infiltrated the city's drug scene. They have enough information to arrest more than 40 suspects. If they were to nab one, they fear the others will go to ground. So can they somehow reel them in at the same time? Williams and Brown come up with an ingenious solution.
The idea was that in order to catch a bunch of criminals, you had to be creative.
They will stage a fake wedding. All of their new criminal buddies will be invited, but they won't be the only ones attending. There will be undercover officers posing as the couple's family, the band, and even the priest.
They convinced people that they were this really loving couple. And so it wasn't too crazy to think that they would be getting married and that they would want to have all their friends there with them.
Williams and Brown know it's incredibly risky, but it's the only way to gather all their targets in the same place at the same time.
While this scheme seemed a little crazy, if they pulled this off, they would get so many criminals off the streets.
The cops put their undercover plan into motion. They set a date for the fake nuptials and pass out invitations. The RSVPs pour in. Finally, on September 21st, the big day arrives. For Williams and Brown, the stakes couldn't be higher.
This was not your typical wedding. There were going to be dozens of criminals there. You had undercover police officers. And so literally everyone at the wedding was armed.
Even the bride is packing heat. Williams has a .38 caliber snub-nosed revolver under her dress, just like the one on display at the Buffalo Bill Center of the West in Cody, Wyoming. At 6 p.m., the ceremony begins.
On the surface, everything about the wedding looked like a typical wedding. And the minister did his job. He pronounced them man and wife, and nobody knew that he was an undercover cop.
After the I-dos, a rowdy reception gets underway.
People were drinking, and they are raffling off marijuana. They were having a great time.
Then, just as the party is in full swing, Williams draws her weapon to signal the start of the bust. The undercover officers swarm the crowd and arrest the unsuspecting guests.
The criminals had no idea this was even going to happen. It's not uncommon for weird things to go down at a wedding, but I'm pretty sure this was the strangest thing to ever happen at a wedding reception.